My Twitter feed.
Oh, yeah. It's time to do the show.
Yeah, it is.
Hey. This is Computer Guru Show. My name's Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. Yeah, I'm just listening to my music thinking,
Yeah.
no big deal. Oh, yeah. It's time to do a radio show. 790-2040 if you want to be a part of it. If you would like some free tech support for the week, you should give us a call, 520-790-2040. Or you can go down to the chat room, gurushow.com.
We're starting out well.
Yeah,
On the right foot.
I guess. Oh, man. So you got a bunch of interesting stuff in the notes today.
I have a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm not going to talk about any of it. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Par for the course.
what do you mean par for the course? All right, so the one that looked really interesting to me, well, the TFX.
Mm-hmm.
We have to start with that.
I want one so bad. Even though I don't like flying, I would totally go in that one.
Okay, so the TFX, in case anybody doesn't know. Oh, man, it's a car that turns into an airplane. But, you know, there's the big complaint with people is people know how to drive already.
Right.
I mean, can you imagine having them flying around? Well, this particular car will take some of that away from you, because once it does the takeoff, the occupant is no longer in control. It's GPS. It's automatic, autopilot, all the way to the other end, and then lands for you.
No, make it stop.
And then you can drive. I like the idea of that.
Yeah. So while Google and Tesla are working on autonomous cars, the TFX is a manual car and an autonomous plane. I like it. I like it a lot.
I can dig it.
Is that the ad I saw where it could say you would drive and camp and fly all in the same weekend, something like that? It was a picture of almost like a glider.
I doubt it.
No,
I don't
that wasn't
know.
it.
I don't know.
It almost
Turn
looks
this
like
Is
it's
that
a
a picture of
drone.
it? Okay.
Turn this picture around. I'll show it to Ken. Let's see. Is that it?
Oops.
No, that's what I.
As
no,
I hit
no.
the
That's
mic.
way-
That's cool though. That's way cooler than what I was thinking about.
Gosh dang it. I gotta stop hitting the microphones. There we go. We're good.
Settle down.
We're good.
It's all good.
Don't wreck my show.
I need a smaller laptop.
Easy on the mics.
Yeah, no
They're
kidding.
fragile.
All right.
Sorry.
520-790-2040 if you have any questions here. The TFX is just awesome looking.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of it.
And it has a good range, too.
Well, yeah, most planes do, though.
500 miles.
Yeah, I mean, for a plane, that's kind of average.
And it cruises at speeds of up to 200 miles per hour.
That part is awesome. All right, you want to be able to go visit the Grand Canyon for the day, right? Because normally for us here, right, you know, that's a
Right.
good 5.5 hour drive or 5 hour drive.
I've never done it.
Yeah, well, you should 5 hour drive. But you know, if you could fly up there and have a place to land, and at 200 miles an hour, because it's only 300 and some odd miles away.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could make that in an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well, they make out that you don't need a runway. And so it lands, you could just land in a parking lot and then park. So, I mean, you could totally snipe the good parking lot spots.
I don't know. I mean, from the video I was watching, it said that the landing procedure is completely automated as far as it finds a safe place to land. And
Correct.
then does
You have
so.
the final say-so.
Right. You can abort. Yeah, you have the go around button.
Yeah. Don't land here.
Yeah, but it's very cool. I like it. I'm sure somebody's gonna screw it up though.
Oh,
All right,
well,
let's
yeah.
talk. Let's talk to Carl. Hello, Carl. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and I want to know, where's my jetpack?
I know, right?
Well,
I mean, you know, I think in a lot of respects that might be a little more useful than the car, especially for short hops and so forth. But, you know, they've been playing with that thing for years and years, and I was promised one back in the 1960s and Popular Mechanics and all the rest of those things, and
Mueller.
it ain't here yet.
yeah, the Mueller car, flying car, that's been in the back of Popular Mechanics. I don't even know how they paid to put themselves in Popular Mechanics, because I don't think they ever made one
I don't know.
vehicle.
They have hydro jetpacks if
Well,
you're willing to
yeah.
go to the water.
But But can you imagine, flying over the Grand Canyon, not inside a car, but just out there in the open with the thing?
Well, they have those jet-powered glider packs now that you jump out of a plane.
I wouldn't do that over the Grand Canyon because my luck would be it would sputter out right over the crevasse. I'm just saying.
That'd actually be better. You have an extra mile to figure out what you're going to do. Get your affairs in order.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know about the jetpack thing. I think that would, in a certain respect, would be more dangerous than the plane, than the car.
It could be. Now, somebody on Kickstarter has tried to come up with a man-capable quadcopter, which might be interesting.
That would be interesting. I've seen a couple of like very large copter arrays, where they have like 20 or so odd props and trying to move people around. I don't know. See, those things are just like super noisy though, and I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would imagine the car plane that you're talking about is going to be noisy too.
It doesn't look too bad from the video, but of course, hey, it's their marketing. They can show me whatever they want to show me.
Yeah, and it's computer CGI.
Well, half of it's CGI. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of it, and I hope that somebody manages to kind of make this go somewhere because that would be fun. But really, we should just put all our money into teleportation.
That works for me.
Yeah, because instant travel is way better, I think, than people flying around. Although we don't know. I've seen The Fly. I don't know.
That could be a problem.
It could be a little dangerous.
That's what my son wants his life work to be. Is
What?
teleportation.
All right then. Well, get your son on it.
He's working on it.
Tell him to do it faster. All right. Well, thanks for the call, Carl. I appreciate it. Yeah, the jetpack would have been a good idea, I think.
Yeah. I think I would be more afraid to use it though because there's nothing surrounding me. Like in a
I
car,
guess.
you're enclosed. And I've ridden a motorcycle and gotten hit with a bug in the face, and it hurts. And can you imagine in a jetpack?
Yeah, that would be painful.
Could put an eye on.
It could. You should always wear proper eyewear protection when you're wearing your jetpack.
Yes.
Well, I'm tweeting out the link for the TFX for our listeners if they want to check it out for themselves.
Look at her.
It'll be on Twitter.
Tweeting away.
Yeah.
Flying cars.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd work on them over at Perfection Auto Works?
Probably.
We should ask Mike. Do you think Mike would work on a flying car? Probably would.
I could see him doing it.
I think it would need more than a 26-point free inspection, though.
Probably.
Get your free 2,600 point inspection.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing flies.
Perfection Auto Works,
So it
yeah.
needs an extra 1,000 points of check.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a regular car and you want to get a 26-point free inspection,
Head on over.
you should head on over. Perfection Auto Works. You know what they do? They fix things, and they do it well. That's why I like them. Because just like Computer Guru, we're the best, and so are they. This is a Computer Guru show, and we'll be right back.
Your technology guru Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one.
Yes, science!
So chime in with yours. The website is gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. My name is Mike, here to deal with your technology needs and treat you like a person in the process. Right here at 790-2040. That's 520-790-2040. Ask me whatever you want. I'll answer you.
Tech questions.
Yeah, I don't really care. You can ask whatever. It's not a big deal. Not really.
Okay, then.
So, like 6 years ago, they told us we were out of IPv4 addresses, IP addresses of the old version. They said, we're out. We don't have any more. In fact, they even made me renumber everything at my office.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know what IPv4 is, though.
All right. Well, so right now, if you're on the internet, it's very, very likely that you're using IPv4.
Okay.
It's the if you know your internet address, it's the the 4 sets of numbers. So, as an example,
With the dots.
Yeah. So, as an example, the web server over at my office, 9817
okay.
dot 174
All right.
dot 235 dot right. So, that is an IPv4 address.
Okay.
And for a while ago, they said we're out of them. We don't have any more. So we're gonna consolidate. And by the way, you can't have your old IP addresses anymore. Here's some new ones. And so they kind of rejumbled everything around. And I guess they found some for a while. But according to the world,
Yeah.
we are now out of IPv4 addresses for reals.
For realsy reels.
For realsy reals this time. And it's time to make the switch to IPv6.
And if they've known this, why haven't they been switching over this whole time?
Because IPv6 is a pain in the butt.
Oh.
That's why. The simplest answer is it's a giant conundrum that nobody understands.
Okay.
Or that not enough people understand how IPv6 works. And a lot of it's because it changes the way that there's a very fundamental thing that everybody uses. It's called NAT.
Okay.
So network address translation. So like, as an example, when we're here in this building and we all have individual IP addresses for each of our devices
Correct.
so that we can all connect to the internet. But at some point along our path here, we're going to hit a router. And that router is what's giving us, first of all, our internal addresses, and it translates that for the outside world. So even though there's 20 computers in here or something, they all connect to the internet on a single IP to the outside world,
Right.
theoretically. So IPv6 sort of turns that on its head because it doesn't use NAT in the same way.
Oh.
If at all, depending on your setup. There's enough IPv6 addresses that you can assign a permanent address to every device on the planet for a very, very long time. A really long time.
That sounds good to me.
There's about, let's see, what's the number there? There's about 4 billion IPv4 addresses, the old style.
Okay. So yeah, I could see where there's a problem there.
Right, because there's more than that
Yeah.
as far as devices connected to the internet, and that's where NAT really comes in handy, right? That's yeah,
Right.
that's cool.
Okay.
So because most people have multiple computers, they generally only have one internet connection, so that one IP address for the outside world is good enough.
Right.
And when it really starts getting crazy is when you start thinking about, well, you're going to have smart toasters, and now all the cars are smart. People go through just tons of cell phones every year. Everything is starting to get more and more connected. So if you haven't, I don't know if you're feeling mathematical at all.
No.
All right, so the total number of IPv4 addresses in the world is 2 to the 32nd. All right, so that's a big number. That's that 4 billion number.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So the IPv6 address,
Oh, that's very large.
2 to 128. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
a lot of
8,
spaces.
9, 10, 11, 12 commas.
Bigger number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a huge. Anyway, yeah, it's 340 unidecillion, 282 decillion, 366 nonillion, 920 octillion, 938 septillion, 463 sextillion, 463 quintillion, 374 quadrillion, 674 trillion, 431 billion, 768,211,456 addresses.
Easy for you to say.
0.2. No.
Oh, yeah, 0.2. That is a big, big number.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of addresses in IPv6, but when they first introduced this, they tried to say, hey, let's make this work. Let's roll out IPv6, and you'll notice that like Windows Vista and Windows 7 have Windows or IPv6 built in. Your router now does IPv6 routing. All of your stuff that you own, if it's current at all, will support IPv6, but the outside world didn't for a long time. It's a huge expense for them to upgrade to new routers and change the way that things work. And not to mention, it just confuses everyone. Everyone. And it's the numbering scheme is, they tried to make it easy. Considering the number of possible values there are, they tried to make it as simple as they could, but it is a really complicated thing. However, we're out of IPv4 addresses, so it's time to embrace the complexity and make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that you have, you bought a new router, you've got a Windows 10 machine or a Windows 7 machine, up-to-date Windows 7 machine as far as the most up-to-date service packs and all that. That machine already supports IPv6 and is very likely communicating on IPv6 to the outside world. Because that's the way it should be. So we'll see if they start actually phasing out IPv4. But there's a lot of network administrators that are going to be like, what?
A lot of unhappy people.
Right, because one of the things is that you can at least remember an IPv4 address. Right, I know lots of them.
Yeah.
Right, I don't know a single IPv6 address at all.
Well,
I can't memorize
fun for you.
one. Not even the local host address, which, like everyone knows the local host address for IPv4. That's 127.0.0.1. I have no idea what that is for 6. All right, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. That's the big problem with IPv6.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see if we can straighten that. Let's talk to Bill. Hello, Bill. How are you?
I'm well, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. What can I do for you?
I got 2 questions, if I might. The first one, my wife's HP laptop with Windows Home Premium or whatever, usually comes with them. And she tried to update it to Windows 10,
Okay.
and it said it couldn't be installed. She entrusted it to me to try it again. It still wouldn't install. It basically, first of all, ran forever. It would stop and do apparently nothing for huge periods of time, and then it would chunk on. The second time, it got through maybe 2/3 of the way, apparently through, and then again, it just froze forever. And it says, couldn't be installed, errors found. It has a number if you want to hear it. And it says, Windows Update encountered an unknown error. I looked on the internet, and basically people said, well, try this. There was nothing authoritative. Before I try it again, is there anything, tips or something, or that might make it be more painless than it's been so far to update to Windows 10?
How old is the machine?
Oh, probably about 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And do you have antivirus on there?
She's got Avast on it. You put it on for her, I think, at that time, last time you worked on it. And Malwarebytes, if that matters.
Okay. So, whenever you're doing any type...
Malwarebytes, excuse me.
Okay. So you're going to do a couple of different things. So it's still running 7 just fine, right?
Yes, it's running 7 fine.
All right. So you're going to download the Windows Update Readiness tool.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to go through and do all your update stuff and make sure you're up to date. Next thing you're doing is uninstall your antivirus. All of it. You're not getting no antivirus during the upgrade.
Do you mean just go to the uninstall on Windows and hit the button?
Yep.
Okay.
No antivirus at all during the Windows 7 to Windows 10 upgrade.
Okay.
Because it will break things.
Okay.
And we don't want broken things.
Right.
Unless you want to break things and you can bring it down for me to fix. Okay.
Okay. Well, unbroken is fine. I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to take the heat for anything that unfortunate that happens.
Not anymore. I just gave you advice, so now it's on me.
Okay.
You can blame me.
Is that it?
Yeah.
On that one, I'll go on to my next one real quick.
Let's see.
Or is there more?
Do a disk check too, if you can.
Do what?
Disk check. All right. So you're going to right click on your C drive from my computer, You're going to go to
Right.
Properties and then Tools, and then you're going to hit Check Disk, and it's going to say, I can't do this because Windows is running. Would you like to do it on your next restart? And you're going to say yes. And then you're going to reboot the computer, and it's going to check the hard drive for problems. At 4 years old, you need to check it for problems.
Okay.
And then do the upgrade.
Okay. I check the disk, then I come in and install the antivirus, and then I proceed? Or do I do both before I do the restart?
Oh, no. Just check the disk first, and then uninstall the antivirus, then reboot, then do your upgrade.
Okay. Got it. Next question real quick.
Sure, go for it.
I've got, on my Lenovo laptop, I've got a thing that keeps coming up. It's running Windows 7 Professional. It's a fairly new machine, about a year. And then right now I'm looking at it. I get this message, says a program running on your computer is trying to display a message. If you view the message, it says operation could not be completed. Double check printer name. Make sure the printer is connected to the network. But it keeps coming up with this something like competing systems or competing services. That's what it is. That there's, it comes with a little pictogram that comes at the bottom of my screen, and then it talks about that there's conflicting services. Doesn't seem to do anything to my computer that I can tell, but it just keeps telling me that I have conflicting services.
And the message is always about a printer?
Well, the printer thing, I didn't always get that, but it always goes to this. I don't know. It's very circular, but it has a little. Okay, here, interactive service detection. What it says.
Okay, so one of your services is, for some reason, set to interact with the desktop. And they shouldn't. Services aren't supposed to interact with the user. So the whole problem here is that somehow one of your services got set to interactive mode, and you got to fix that, man. Well, I mean, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really hurt anything. It's just an irritant.
Right.
But if you'd like to get it fixed, you know what I suggest? Letting us do it.
What?
Do a remote. Call up.
Okay.
We can log into your computer, find that service, and set it back the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. Assuming that someday I get an offer here to upgrade this to Windows 10, will that go away with?
No, we have not seen the Windows 10 upgrade fix a single problem.
Okay.
Just so
Good
you know.
enough.
We're looking. We've been looking. We've been hoping. But
give you guys a call next week then.
All right, sounds like a plan. You were open today. You can call us today if you want. All right, thanks for the call, Bill. I appreciate
go to
it.
the game today.
Oh, I see. Thanks for the call, Bill. If you'd like to give us a call, 790-2040, or you can call us down at the shop, 304-8300. We'll be right back.
Your computer guru, Mike Swanson, is here to help you tame that beast of a machine. Join the chat right now at gurushow.com or call in. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOY, The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show on KVOI, The Voice.
David's giving me grief in the chat.
Yep.
He's trying to exercise his I know IPv6. However, I bet the first IPv6, assignment I give him.
Yeah, he's got to remember where his assignments come from.
Right. After all, he works for me. So I might just be like, okay, seeing you're Mr. IPv6, let's make the new Guru Shop IPv6 only. Let's do it. I bet you it wouldn't work. We'll find out. David, that's your new assignment. There you go. New shop, IPv6 only.
There you go.
All right, we'll see what happens.
That's why you don't open your mouth.
Well, no, I mean, it's not even
I'm just
it's not even
joking.
like that. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
not to
everything's
mention
gonna
it
go
gives
that way.
gives us all an opportunity to get some real world experience with IPv6 and play with it and understand it.
Well, it's going to be going that way anyway, so
It's on the way.
with its unidecillion numbers.
Huge number. I don't think I've ever heard of a unidecillion.
I have not.
How about you, Kent? No?
No.
No, that's a huge number.
He says, okay.
Run with it, Dave.
Run with it, David. All right.
It's all you.
Make it all happen. So have you ever been cruising around on any type of, I don't know, social media, anything, and you see a lot of pictures that are, you look at the picture and you go, why'd you take that?
Every day.
All right, and we're not talking about just duck face ones either, right? We're talking about like just
Yeah.
the photos everybody takes,
Like holding up the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
right? Cliche. So apparently there's a camera that detects cliches and prevents you from taking them. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
It's even in the name.
All right, what is it?
Camera Restricta.
Camera restricta.
I like it. I sent it to you on Facebook.
Just
Here,
just
take
show
my
me the
laptop.
screen there.
And who's the maker?
It is from where'd it go?
Philip Schmidt. It's designed by
yeah.
Philip Schmidt. But who knows what the back end is. But digital camera that says, no, you can't take that picture. I like it.
Doesn't matter.
You know,
And it's a German designer, so on the back it says 9.
9.
So what's the algorithms in there? I mean,
I
think
don't even
about
know
that.
how that
Think
would
about
do-
that a minute.
It's gotta be internet connected.
It's an app plus camera enclosure.
Oh, I see.
So it knows where you are because it's using GPS. And then
Okay.
it looks at what you're looking at, what direction you're looking at.
It's got to bounce it off something.
Yeah, there's got to be
I
some
mean-
gigantic database of terrible pictures.
Yeah, it is actually. It compares your location to other geotagged photos online
There you go.
and within a 115 square foot radius.
So, all right. I mean, now there's some obvious problems here.
Yeah.
What if you're taking a picture in that area of something else?
I don't know.
Right? I mean, what if you go up to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you happen to be looking at this empty shell of a building, which it is, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. She's reading.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah.
And then,
This is interesting, though.
And then you see like a family of Americans, like
Yeah.
just, I don't know, peeing on the lawn.
Americans?
Yeah, Americans.
America.
Yeah,
Woo!
because Americans wouldn't do that, but Americans would. But they're out there just, they're just peeing in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Being Americans.
So you must photo document this because, I mean, America.
Yeah, it says right here, it says camera restrictor won't let you make your shot. The camera features a really clever audio cue to signal its owner that photos are restricted. Like a Geiger counter, a clicking sound indicates when a location is photographically radioactive. Then the lens retracts.
There's got to be an override.
Nope, I'm not going to do my job today. And it's a commentary on generic photography.
So the camera's American too. All right, so
Wow.
what? Camera problem.
Well, I guess it stems from a thing from the European Parliament. Actually, they voted on a controversial proposal that would have restricted the ability of tourists to take photographs of copyrighted buildings and sculptures, even in public places.
How do you copyright a building? And
I
then,
don't
first of
know.
all, how do you make it so that you can't see it from... you know what they should do is just tear it down. All right? You don't want people to take a picture of that building because it's beautiful and lovely and a landmark and probably says something to your national, like, history and heritage. Yeah, just tear it down. You don't want people taking pictures of it? No.
You can apparently download the open source app now of Camera Restricta from their project page. I'm not I'm not going to do that.
You know what they really should do is they should make it so you can't take pictures on an iPad
Yeah.
at all. iPad should, Apple should deal with this. Yeah, I know. I'm throwing things around now. just if you're out in public, you should not be able to take a picture
With a giant tablet.
with a tablet. Right? It just no. Screw that. No.
You know what? Let people do it so everybody around them knows what kind of person they are. How about that?
I guess.
If I see someone with a tablet taking pictures, I'm going to be like, nope, I'm not talking to them.
I actually saw somebody that had an iPad on a selfie stick.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's two things that should not.
Yeah.
No.
All they needed next was rollerblades and a fanny pack. Right? It just
There you
no.
go.
No. There's so much nope.
Yeah.
Just
Nope.
I would rather deal with spiders. Right? Seriously, than having to deal with somebody with an iPad with a selfie stick.
Yeah. No.
Selfie sticks are just a terrible idea.
I've still got one from E3.
You
that I was
have
gonna give
two
away.
selfie sticks. They're called your arms.
Yeah.
Just that is the appropriate distance for taking a picture of oneself. And really, one should not take a picture of oneself. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Not saying.
Just
saying.
Get a friend and tell them to take a picture of you.
Yeah. And in that case, it's called a picture or a photograph, not a selfie.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's something
it is
that's-
not an interchangeable word between photograph and selfie.
I've been seeing that a lot on social media. Oh, here's a selfie of me that my mom took. No. No, that's a photograph of you that your mom took. A selfie, you took yourself. It's in the name.
I've got an idea. Why don't we just stop posting pictures online?
Yeah.
That'd be
I'm guilty,
awesome. People suck. It's a Computer Guru Show. We'll be right back.
Whether you're dealing with hardware installation or, heaven forbid, a virus,
No!
Mike Swanson is answering all your questions one by one. So call in or chat in with yours. The website, gurushow.com. Tune in, click in, and kick back. This is the Computer Guru Show on AM 1030 KVOY The Voice. Mike Swanson, your computer guru, is just a click away. Listen and watch at gurushow.com. This is the Computer Guru Show.
Welcome back to the Computer Guru Show. Running on IPv6 over here at KVOI. Oh, man. I should have gotten more sleep last night. That's what I should have done. 790-2040 if you want to get into the last segment of the show here.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
All right.
I've been working on this storage server thing.
All right.
And, oh, man. All right, so in preparation for lots of new stuff over at the new shop, we need a new storage server. So I've been working on this, place to store backups and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I've kind of taken it to some ridiculous degree. Right, it started out as, okay, well, here's 2 4-terabyte drives, and, let's make it all fancy, and now there's 8 of them, and it's
That's funny. It's step away from the server.
It's a monster, is what it is. There's really, it's got all kinds of these little dockable virtual machines running on it to do stuff and automate things, so, I go to bed at a reasonable hour, and then I wake up like an hour and a half later, and I'm like, oh, that's what I need to do this thing. And then, next thing I know, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's cool. It's going to be awesome. But it's a monster. It's just...
You need to stop.
This project has gotten out of hand. Out of hand is really what it... I might need an intervention.
A little bit of scope, a little bit of scope creep right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, and now I'm finding new things for it to do. So it's
cool scope creep.
Yeah, I guess.
But is the sleep deprivation worth it?
I don't know. No, it's kind of a cool project, and if I can figure out a way to, once I can nail this process, because I've rebuilt it now like 3 times.
I believe it.
So now if I can nail this process down, I think I want to sell them. It is so cool what this thing does. It is. Everyone needs one in their home that needs 32 terabytes of storage. Hey, we can make smaller versions.
Yeah.
Really good.
Almost everybody.
Yeah, everybody needs one. That's what's happening.
There you go.
You need 32 terabytes of storage, Tara. That's what you need. You should buy one.
How much would that run me? That's a lot.
Start doing the math.
Yeah, I don't do math very well.
That's a lot of storage. But I can make a smaller version. But the cool part is those little dockable, little virtual machines.
Oh yeah.
Because no, it's really cool. I'm actually kind of excited about it. So
You sound very giddy over there.
I can kind of nerd out on this stuff, but I don't have anybody that I can share it with that will fully appreciate what it does. But because like I would think David, right? Because David at my office, he's nerdier than me in a lot of ways, and but the problem is that anything that's like I find cool, he's like, yeah, I totally read about that like 6 weeks ago, so somewhere else, and it's so yesterday.
He's such a hipster.
He's a hipster nerd.
Like so passé.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man, that was cool like, I don't know, 22 minutes ago, but not anymore. It's the only hipster nerd I really know. And he doesn't even have a neck beard. No, I don't know. Darn it, David.
So call him and wake him up when you get the idea, man.
There you go.
Share.
Yeah, well, yeah. No.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
I don't want to hear that. Okay, so, but the storage server is very cool, and yeah,
Good deal.
I will write an article about what it does, because it is.
Then it's got to be cool, because, I mean, if you're going to write an article.
Yeah, I mean, I don't write very many articles.
No, you probably should, because you write very well, but.
I will write an
have the
article
time.
about what this thing does, because it is cool. It is very cool, and especially those of you that are into like I don't collect anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not one of those guys that like collected stamps or anything. I don't think I've ever collected anything in my whole life, but I now have a collection of things, right? And they're all digital, right? I need a place to store them, which is the inspiration for the media server,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, oh, well, I don't know. I've got, 1,000 movies, and I've got all these TV shows that I want to see. So why don't I have a place to store them?
Right.
And so I built one of these like a year ago, and it was a little teeny tiny thing, and it's always full. So now I'm like, oh no, I don't ever want to run out of space again. Ever.
And you're making sure of that now.
And now I'm putting things in motion to not run out of space.
There you go.
And it's upgradable, so I can change out those 4 terabytes for 6 terabytes later.
Nice.
Or those new 1,000 terabyte solid state drives are coming out.
That's ridiculous.
Those are
so
going
much
to be
space.
awesome. It's so much space.
I'm sure we said that in the 80s and 90s, though.
I remember when I got my first hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
First hard drive for a computer. I switched off of cassettes to hard drives. And I had a 1 megabyte hard drive. And
Never going to use that much space.
It was inconceivable that I would ever fill that thing.
Huge.
Yeah, it was monstrous. It was like, there's no way I'm
Yeah.
ever going to fill that. And then I was like, oh, well, now it's full. And I got a 10 megabyte one. And that was...
Oh, yeah, I'm hardcore now.
There's no way. That computer had belt-driven floppy drives. I
Oh my
loved it.
gosh. I miss B drive. I like those.
And then, oh yeah, and now look at 32 terabytes of, and I'm already planning for that being full. Already.
There you go.
That's
how
like-
fast it goes.
Yeah. Well, just backups and stuff, man. Backups.
Backups.
All right. We have to take a moment to thank our Patreons. All right, that's the people who pay us money for, to put this show on, which everyone should do. Everyone. Go to patreon.com/Guru Show. You can donate as little as $1. $1 a month if you want to, help us pay for what the costs of this show. Or you can do more and you get some fancy benefits, one of which is our sponsor. And who is it?
Desert Pro Commercial Cleaning, LLC. You can find them at TucsonDesertPro.com. We don't cut corners, we clean corners.
Yeah, and they clean commercial buildings. So
Yes.
if you have a commercial building and it needs to be cleaned, you call them. Also want to thank our actual, it pays us outside of the
Corporate sponsor.
Yeah, the corporate sponsor. That would be Perfection Auto Works. Mike Emery over there is awesome. And we want to really thank him for his support of the show. If you want to support our Patreons and our sponsors, that would be awesome. And we would appreciate you doing that. Just give them a call, say thank you, use their services, give them some money, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Also, come see us at our new location at 64 North Harrison. That's Broadway and Harrison next to Buffalo Wild Wings. And, tell your friends that it's there because, it is. And
East Side, you now have a local shop.
that's right. You've been wondering how come there's no, there's no shop on the east side? Well, guess what? There totally is now.
And it's open.
Take your computer over there, get it fixed, and we're going to start giving away some free gifts and stuff.
Ooh, free is a good word.
Yeah, so people get gifts and things when they go over to the east side and drop off their computer and
That's a
get
good deal.
it fixed and stuff. Also, we're not doing any deposits. Diagnostic fees are all free. All of that stuff at all of the locations. So if you have a computer problem and you've been holding off because you don't know how much it's going to cost to get it fixed, free diagnostic. Take it into either location, 510 East Fort Lowell or 64 North Harrison. We'll help you out. If you have any questions or just want to ask us anything, you can call 304-8300. A technician will answer and will help you with whatever problem that you're having.
Good deal.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening to the Computer Guru Show this week. We very much appreciate your listenership, and we really hope that you can help us out with the Patreon stuff, or just bring your computer down to Computer Guru and let us fix it for you. That's what we do, man. We'll see you next week.
I said,